Hey, coin collectors and enthusiasts! Welcome back to where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and their surprising values. In today's video, we're going to explore a coin that could be hiding in your change jar, the 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Believe it or not, this little penny could be worth a small fortune. Now, when most people think of the 1967 penny, they probably don't think twice about it. After all, it's just a regular old copper penny. But here's the twist. This 1967 penny, without a mint mark, can be worth a staggering $1 million. Sounds too good to be true? Stick with me, and I'll explain why this seemingly common penny is actually so valuable. First, let's take a quick look at the basics. In 1967, the U.S. Mint produced regular circulation pennies in two key places, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins minted in Philadelphia, like the 1967 penny, typically feature no mint mark. Meanwhile, those made in Denver have a D mint mark. Now, typically, a 1967 Lincoln penny, whether with or without a mint mark, isn't worth much more than its face value, just 1 cent. But this is where things get interesting. In 1967, something unusual happened. The U.S. Mint made a huge error that would go unnoticed for years. A limited number of pennies were mistakenly produced at the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark. Most of the 1967 pennies from Philadelphia had the expected P mint mark, but a small group was produced without any mint mark at all. At first glance, these no mint mark coins may seem just like your average penny, but they are actually incredibly rare. The thing is, most of us didn't know about this error until coin collectors and experts started spotting them in circulation and identifying them as unique. So, what makes this coin so valuable? Well, it all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. As with most rare coins, the more limited the mintage, the more valuable it becomes. The 1967 no mint mark penny is so rare that only a handful of them have ever been found in good condition. These rare pennies can sell for tens of thousands of dollars in good condition. But in mint condition, with a perfect grade, these pennies can skyrocket to well over $1 million. Why? Because when they were originally struck, they were simply seen as normal pennies and were often used as everyday change. But as collectors realized their rarity, the value shot up. Cut to a step-by-step guide showing how to check the penny under a magnifying glass and how to identify key features. Now you're probably wondering, how can you identify if you've got one of these elusive coins in your collection? Let me walk you through the key steps. First, you need to confirm the date. It's gotta be 1967. Simple enough, right? Next, check for the mint mark. A regular 1967 penny would either have no mint mark, for Philadelphia, or a D mint mark, for Denver. But for this rare variety, there should be no mint mark at all. Once you've found a 1967 penny with no mint mark, take a close look at the condition. The more pristine the coin, the more valuable it will be. Coins in mint state, meaning no scratches or wear, are the ones that fetch the highest prices. So, how much can you really sell a 1967 no mint mark penny for? In general, expect to see values in the $50,000 to $100,000 range for most specimens that are in excellent condition. However, if you manage to find one that's in perfect mint state, we're talking $1 million or even more at auction. For example, just a few years ago, a 1967 no mint mark penny in gem condition was sold for nearly $1.2 million at a prestigious coin auction. The demand is high because of the rarity of this mistake. If you think you've found one of these hidden treasures, the next question is, where can you sell it? Well, you can always visit a trusted coin dealer or auction house. But before you do that, make sure you have it graded by a professional service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Grading can make a big difference in the price you'll get for your coin. So, there you have it! The 1967 no mint mark penny could be a hidden gem worth a fortune. If you think you might have one tucked away in your collection, make sure to check it out closely. It could make you a millionaire. And if you enjoyed learning about this rare coin, don't forget to like, subscribe, And hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more exciting coin discoveries. 1988 The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be thinking, what's so special about this penny? Well, let me tell you, this seemingly ordinary coin can actually be worth a lot more than its face value, and in some cases, it could even fetch you a pretty hefty sum in the market. Now, before we get into the specifics, let's set the stage with a little background on the 1988 D penny. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint in 1988, and it features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse features the familiar Lincoln Memorial, which was used on the 1-cent coin from 1959 until 2008. The 1988 D penny is a copper-plated zinc coin, with a weight of 2.5 grams and a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. It's a standard issue penny that was made for circulation, and it has the D Mint mark, which signifies that it was produced at the Denver Mint. So far, there's nothing particularly rare about this coin, but here's where things start to get interesting. At first glance, the 1988 D penny might seem like just another copper coin from the late 20th century. However, the value of a coin goes far beyond its face value, and there are certain characteristics that can make even the most common pennies worth a lot more. Factors such as the condition of the coin, its rarity, and any unique errors or misprints can all affect its market value. For most of the 1988 D pennies in circulation, you're looking at a coin worth just a few cents above its face value, typically around 1 to 2 cents. But don't write off this coin just yet. Some 1988 D pennies are worth much more depending on their condition and any potential minting errors they may have. The highest value for a 1988 D penny generally comes from coins that are in exceptional condition, particularly those that have been graded as mint state or proof quality. A coin in perfect condition can fetch a much higher price. Some 1988 D pennies in uncirculated condition, especially those that have been preserved in pristine, mint condition, can easily go for 25 to 50 cents, and in some rare instances, even more. Could a 1988 D penny ever be worth $1 million? Well, it's not likely, but not impossible either. The truth is, for a coin to reach a market value in the millions, it would need to have something extraordinarily unique. It could be an errorcoin, such as a penny with an off-center strike, a double die, or some other major minting flaw that makes it stand out among the thousands of other coins minted that year. Coins with errors, especially well-known and significant errors, often fetch high prices in the collector's market. For example, a penny with a rare and notable error could potentially see its value skyrocket, even reaching thousands of dollars or more. But a 1988 D penny would need something really special to reach the $1 million mark. One of the most important things to consider when evaluating the value of a coin is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin, often referred to as mint state, or MS. A coin that is well worn and heavily circulated typically falls in the lower grades, while a coin in excellent condition, with minimal wear and tear, can be graded higher and fetch a higher price. If you have a 1988 D penny that's in MS 65 or higher, you could see its value rise significantly. A penny in MS 65 condition might be worth $10 to $20 or more, depending on the specific coin and the current demand in the market. Coins that are graded above MS 65, such as MS 67 or MS 68, could see prices increase even more, potentially reaching hundreds of dollars. The value of these coins can fluctuate depending on market trends, as demand for high-quality, rare coins rises and falls over time. Now let's talk about error coins, which are a huge part of the coin collecting world. As I mentioned earlier, a coin with a minting error can be worth much more than a typical example. For the 1988 D penny, some of the potential errors that could make it highly valuable include: this occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, resulting in a doubling effect on the lettering or features of the design. A double die on the 1988 D penny would make it highly sought after by collectors. If the coin was not properly aligned during the minting process, it could result in an off-center strike, where the design is shifted to one side. Off-center pennies are rare and can command high prices, especially if the error is dramatic. Sometimes, mint marks are struck multiple times, leading to the creation of a repunched mint mark. A 1988 penny with a noticeable repunched mint mark could be worth a significant amount more than a regular penny. While these errors are rare, if you happen to find a 1988 penny with any of these characteristics, you may have just stumbled upon a valuable collector's item. In fact, error coins like these can sometimes fetch hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars at auction, depending on the rarity of the mistake and the demand among collectors. So, how much is your 1988 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny worth today? For most coins, you're looking at a value just above face value, around 1 to 2 cents. However, if you've got a 1988 penny in uncirculated condition or one with a significant error, its value could be much higher, possibly worth hundreds of dollars or more. While it's unlikely that a 1988 penny will be worth $1 million anytime soon, it's always worth checking your change for rare mint errors or coins in exceptional condition. After all, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you never know when you might have a hidden gem in your pocket. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin-related content. And if you have any 1988 pennies that you think might be valuable, don't forget to get them appraised by a professional. You never know, you might just have a treasure on your hands. 1991 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Is it just a regular penny, or could it actually be worth thousands, maybe even millions of dollars? Stick around because in this video, we're going to break it all down for you. Now, we all know that pennies are the smallest denomination in US currency, and most of us don't think twice about them when we receive them in change. But let me tell you, certain pennies are far from ordinary, and the 1991 Lincoln penny might just be one of those exceptions. But what exactly makes this penny so valuable? Let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. The 1991 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. This particular coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and a classic Wheatear reverse design. It's a standard copper-plated zinc penny, and its face value is 1 cent, nothing too special, right? Well, here's the catch. Even though the 1991 Lincoln penny is common in circulation, it can sometimes have hidden qualities that make it extremely valuable to collectors and investors. And in the world of coin collecting, even minor differences can significantly impact a coin's worth. So, what makes the 1991 Lincoln penny stand out from the rest? Well, to start, we need to talk about the concept of error coins. Some 1991 pennies were produced with minting errors that can drastically increase their value. These errors are often unnoticed at first, but once discovered, they can be worth far more than just 1 cent. For example, some 1991 pennies have been found with doubled dies, where the design is stamped twice, creating a doubled appearance on the text or image. This can happen when the coin is struck multiple times by the die, leading to a distortion that collectors seek out. A doubled die error on a 1991 Lincoln penny could make it worth significantly more than its face value. Now let's talk numbers. As of today, a regular 1991 Lincoln penny in circulated condition is generally worth only a few cents above its face value, maybe a nickel or dime at best. But when we start talking about uncirculated coins, especially those in mint state or with special mint errors, the value skyrockets. A 1991 penny in pristine condition, meaning no scratches, discoloration, or wear, could be worth anywhere from $1 to $3. These coins are appealing to collectors who want to complete their sets with the best quality pennies they can find. Now, let's get to the really exciting part. If your 1991 penny has one of those rare errors, the value could jump up by thousands of dollars. For example, some of these pennies with double die errors have been sold for anywhere from $100 to $500 depending on the severity and placement of the error. And here's where things get even crazier. Some exceptionally rare and well-preserved 1991 pennies with multiple errors have been known to sell at auction for prices approaching $10,000 or even more. So yes, the right 1991 penny could actually be worth thousands, if you're lucky enough to find one. Now, you might be wondering, could this penny ever be worth millions of dollars? Well, while it's certainly unlikely that a regular 1991 penny will reach such astronomical prices, anything can happen in the world of rare coins. Penny prices can rise over time as collectors and investors become more interested, and certain extremely rare and unique examples have been known to fetch mind-boggling sums. However, to be clear, finding a 1991 penny worth millions would require an extremely rare and significant error, perhaps even something never before seen. But the possibility is out there, and for collectors who love chasing that dream, it makes the 1991 penny an exciting coin to keep an eye on. So, while most 1991 Lincoln pennies are worth only a few cents or dollars, the possibility of striking it rich with a rare error coin is what keeps collectors hunting for that perfect specimen. Whether you're looking to build a complete set or hoping to uncover a hidden gem, remember to always check your pennies carefully. You never know, that small piece of change could one day be worth thousands, or more. 1992 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, specifically the one minted at the Denver Mint. While this coin may seem like just another penny to most people, in reality, it could be worth a small fortune if you have the right kind in your collection. You won't believe how much this coin could be worth today, so stay tuned until the end to find out how you can identify if you have one that could be worth thousands, or even millions. The 1992 Lincoln penny is part of the regular coinage series produced by the U.S. Mint in the early 1990s, and it looks almost identical to any other penny. However, it's one of those examples where a small detail or defect can dramatically increase its value. As you can see, this is the classic Abraham Lincoln portrait on the obverse side of the coin. The 1992 is the standard design, with the mint mark D located near the bottom right, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. But what sets this coin apart from other pennies, and why is it so valuable? Well, if you've ever heard of the term error coins, this is where things get interesting. Let's take a quick detour and talk about error coins. Error coins are those that were produced with some kind of mistake during the minting process. These mistakes can range from double strikes, misprints, to rare die errors that make the coin unique. The 1992 penny is infamous for having a specific type of error, a close AM variety. Let me explain why this matters. On the reverse side of the 1992 penny, you'll see the phrase E pluribus unum under the United States of America banner. Normally, the letters in this phrase are spaced a certain way, but on the close AM error, the and the M in America are very close together. This slight shift in the engraving during the minting process makes all the difference. Take a look at this side-by-side comparison. You'll notice how in the regular version, there is a gap between the and M, but on the error variety, they're very close together, almost touching. So, why does this matter for the coin's value? Well, due to the rarity of the close AM variety, collectors are willing to pay a premium for one of these coins, with prices ranging anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s, depending on the coin's condition. Now, just like with any coin, the condition plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades commanding higher prices. A 1992 close AM penny in mint condition, graded MS 65 or higher, could be worth upwards of $10,000 to $20,000. But here's the kicker: there have been cases where these rare 1992 close AM pennies have sold for even more. In fact, some examples have been sold at auctions for over $100,000. Can you imagine finding one of these in your change? It could be a real game changer. Finding one of these error pennies isn't easy, but it's not impossible either. If you happen to come across a 1992 penny, especially if it looks like the close AM error, you'll want to examine it closely. You can use a magnifying glass to check the spacing between the and M on the reverse side. If you suspect you have one, make sure to get it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Grading can help determine the exact value of the coin based on its condition and the rarity of the error. But what makes the 1992 penny truly interesting is the story behind its rise in value. These error coins were initially overlooked by most collectors, but over time, the awareness of their rarity spread, and demand surged. What was once a penny that no one paid much attention to has now become one of the most sought-after coins in certain circles. So, how much is the 1992 D Lincoln penny worth today? Well, in general, a regular 1992 D penny is worth just 1 cent. However, if you have the close AM error variety, especially one in good condition or higher, it could be worth anywhere from $1,000 to over $100,000 depending on its grade. To sum it all up, the 1992 D Lincoln penny may seem like just another cent, but it has the potential to be worth a lot more, especially if you've found a rare close AM error variety. So next time you're going through your change, make sure to take a closer look at those pennies. You might just have a hidden treasure worth thousands of dollars. 2017 D Lincoln 1 cent penny, a coin that has made waves in the coin collecting world. Let's explore the details of this coin, why it's so special, and how it could be worth millions in the right circumstances. Stick around, you might just have a hidden treasure in your collection. Now, before we get into the real value, let's take a closer look at this penny. The 2017 D Lincoln penny is a modern coin, part of the iconic Lincoln series that has been minted since 1909. With Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, it may look like just another penny at first glance. But there's a key detail that could make this one stand out in the coin market: the mint mark. You might have noticed the letter D just below Lincoln's bust on the obverse. That's the mint mark for the Denver Mint. The 2017 D penny was minted at this facility, which is one of the primary locations for coin production in the United States. So, what makes the 2017 D penny special? Generally speaking, a typical 2017 D penny is worth, well, a penny, just 1 cent. But what about those rare, valuable pennies that break through the ordinary and fetch high prices? The truth is, while most 2017 D pennies are still in circulation and carry their face value, there are a few specific factors that could make one of these pennies incredibly valuable. Let's talk about rare coins. In the world of coin collecting, certain years, mint marks, and conditions can make a huge difference. Some 2017 D pennies, for example, could have unique errors, such as double die obverse or other minting mistakes. These errors are highly sought after by collectors because they're one of a kind, and having one in your collection could push its value to thousands or even millions of dollars. One example of a potentially valuable 2017 D penny might be a coin with a significant error, such as a misstrike, where parts of the design are double impressed, or an off-center strike where the Lincoln image is only partially visible. These errors are rare, but if you happen to find one in your pocket change, you could be holding onto a gold mine. So, what are the current market trends for a 2017 D Lincoln penny with these errors? Well, for pennies that have errors or are in perfect uncirculated condition, the price can range anywhere from a few $100s to upwards of thousands, depending on the specific type of error and its condition. Coins in mint condition, especially those graded by professional organizations like PCGS or NGC, can fetch incredible prices at auction. But wait, there's more. The market for rare pennies has been hot in recent years, with some even crossing into the $1 million range. A 2017 D penny, if it has the right combination of error and impeccable condition, could potentially see its value skyrocket to over $1 million. We've seen similar cases where errors on relatively modern coins have led to mind-blowing bids at auctions. If you stumble across one of these rare examples, you could be looking at an investment worth far beyond what you initially expected. So, how can you identify these rare pennies? First, check the condition of your coin. Is it worn out? Well, unfortunately, that won't help much when it comes to value. A high-grade, uncirculated 2017 D penny will typically have sharp, clear details. Next, look for any signs of minting errors, double images, misalignments, or unusual features. If you find anything unusual, get it checked by a professional coin grader. If it's an error, you might be holding a rare gem. Now, let's say you found what you think might be a valuable 2017 D penny. What should you do next? First, get the coin professionally graded. A certified grading can give you a much better idea of the coin's true value. Then, depending on its condition and rarity, You can choose to sell it through reputable auction houses or coin dealers. Some collectors are even willing to pay top dollar for the right piece, so it's definitely worth exploring. In conclusion, while the 2017 D. Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin, it could actually be hiding some potential for significant value, if you're lucky enough to find a rare error or it's in mint condition. Keep an eye on your change, check for mint errors, and remember that in the world of coin collecting, what seems ordinary can sometimes turn out to be extraordinary.